This time we're doing something different. Y'all can see we are playing Only Climb, chained together. Now, obviously, I'm not chaining nobody because I'm playing solo, but I just actually found out that this shit is on PS4, PS5. It's on the console, man. So I see this game a lot, you know, on like TikTok and whatnot, and it is a very intriguing game. And with that being said, what it do, man? With that being said, I figured, you know, fuck it, why not? Might make for some good rage content. Uh, Pretty soon I'm going to be getting a PlayStation webcam. That way y'all, you know, you see my reaction instead of just listening to my voice and whatnot. But with that being said, we finna get into it, man. He said hit the like button, Marks. Dude, you should cross stream to Twitch on your next gaming stream. I had to set up a Twitch account first. I don't think I have one, but that is definitely a good idea. Let me know when you're down for COD if you want to hop on tonight. Alright, bet. Alright, bet. With that being said, I am going to, you know, normally I would do my TikTok live, how I'd be talking to like AI and shit, but we're gonna be talking to AI here actually. First of all, let me see if he's even on here first. Aaron Goodwin. Yes, indeed he is. Alright, so we're gonna get Aaron Goodwin up on here, man. Apparently his wife tried to have him murdered on set for an episode of Ghost Adventures, which is absolutely wild. He said audio is crystal clear, visual is crisp. I bet. Yeah, I'm just using my microphone headset. I didn't feel like fucking with the Blue Yeti right now. With that being said, if the game audio is too loud, let me know and I can turn it down. But we're gonna get Aaron up on here and we're gonna see what in the hell is going on with him and his wife while we play the game. Yo, what's good, Aaron?
Yo, man, I'm good. Just here in Tennessee with Zach Baggins.
Word. Hey, what's going on with you and your wife, man? I just heard that she tried to have you killed on set of Ghost Adventures. You said that I heard that the police had called you guys and said that she tried to have you killed or some shit.
Man, it was awful. They said she tried to hire someone to stab me in the heart and kill me at a filming for an episode in Paris. She's gone insane.
What the fuck is going on with that? Like, what's any idea what the reasoning behind that is? Because I mean, that's wild.
Her reasoning is that she hates when I'm away, and that I've never been emotionally open enough. But to me, that does not make an excuse for her trying to murder me.
That doesn't make any sense. If she's angry that you're always away all the time and you die, then you're gonna be permanently away and you're never gonna be around her no more.
Her reason is that if she killed me, my ghost would be around forever.
What the
But
fuck?
it's still insane.
What the fuck?
She lost her mind. She didn't care if I died. She just wanted me to be around her.
That sounds like all that damn ghost hunting, that paranormal hunting that y'all be doing. Sounds like you might have brought home a spirit or something that fucking possessed her or some shit, because that is insane.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. She's crazy. She tried to stab me with a kitchen knife, man. So now I have a huge scar where my heart is.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, it was awful. They are now charging her with attempted murder, and I'm recovering at Zach Baggins in Tennessee.
That's insane. So, I mean, what did Zach say about all that?
He says he always knew my wife had a dark side. He was happy I was safe, and he was supportive of me. He has a guest bedroom and a private bathroom for me. And he has been helping me during my recovery as I have a huge scar in the middle of my chest.
That's insane, dude. So, like, how did that whole ordeal start with her stabbing you in your chest and shit?
It was actually in an Airbnb in Paris. We were filming on site, there and I was resting in the guest bed. My wife climbed through the window from the fire escape and came into the guest bedroom. I woke up to the sounds of my own screams and I saw her trying to stab me. Zach heard and ran into the room and yanked her off of me.
And then what?
Zach tackled her outside the Airbnb and waited for the police to arrive. I was still inside trying to cover my wound and stop the bleeding. When the police came and arrested her, Zach and the medics arrived and put pressure on my wound and took me to the hospital.
So wait, did she try to hire somebody to kill you, or did she try to kill you herself? Or both? What the fuck?
Herself. Then after she got arrested, the police investigated and found that she tried to hire someone to kill me, which had been planned before we even got to Paris.
That's insane. So, what's gonna happen next?
I think she's gonna go to prison. Zach and the film crew paid for a lawyer for me, and I'm pressing felony charges. The only way I could ever see myself forgiving her is if she went through years of therapy. And even then, I don't know if things could get better.
I'd say fuck that bitch, bro. I would say fuck that bitch.
Yeah, man, it's hard because I loved her, and I know she loved me. But to try and take my life over a fight is too much for me. Not to mention trying to kill me to spend time with my ghost.
That's some, like, weird shit, bro. Like, trying to, like, that, nah, that's some weird shit, bro. I don't even know what to say to that. Like, she wants your ghost around more than she wants you around. That don't make no type of sense at all. That sounds like some demonic possession type shit.
Or a complete mental breakdown. She was never exactly good at handling it when I would be gone for weeks at a time. I always reassured her that I would come back, but she grew more and more resentful, and I think it just got to her.
Interesting. So, I mean, when did y'all first argument, like, happen? How long ago? About you being gone?
She's always been a little clingy, but I mean, it's how she shows affection, so I was never really bothered by it. She got more and more angry at me the more that Zach invited me on Ghost Adventures to investigate. I was gone quite a few times for weeks at a time, and she would always be calling and texting me for the entire time.
Damn, so she was like one of those, like, was she insecure or what?
Yeah, man. She couldn't handle me being away from her long, and the time apart caused fights, and fights made her more insecure. And apparently one of the last few fights is when she decided to try to get me killed.
Hell no, man. That's crazy. Well, shit, man. I'm glad you straight, man. I'm glad that you ain't dead or nothing like that.
I'm happy to still be with the living man. Zach was surprised he got to me in time, but thank God he did, man.
Right. So, what did the rest of the crew say about it? I mean,
they were shook. They knew my wife was clingy, but no one knew she could even be capable of trying to kill me. They said they all knew something was off about her, but never expected it to go that far.
interesting. Were there any like signs in the past of her being on like the slightly psychotic side?
There were a few, like her clinginess, and she would get mad when I wouldn't open up to her about stuff, and she would say stuff like, if you ever leave me, I'll kill you, which I think is just something people say after fights, but in hindsight, that was an early warning sign.
Nah, I ain't never heard that shit mean normal in a relationship, saying that your partner gonna kill you if they leave you. That shit, I would have been like, hey yo, like, we finna get a divorce if you're gonna keep this dumb shit up.
Yeah, looking back, I was just excusing it. I loved her a lot and thought my leaving for work was causing her insecurity.
So, did you ever think that, I mean, did you ever think anything of it at that time?
I just thought, okay, she's just sad and insecure, that's all. I never once thought she would try and actually kill me.
Yeah. Keep going, I'm listening.
Well, I mean, I don't really know what else to say, man. As I said, she was insecure and hated when I was away, and she even told me a few times that if I was gone for so long, I probably was seeing other women.
What
but
the fuck?
I reassured her all the time and told her I would never cheat.
Yeah, that sounds like... I mean, did she have, like, past relationship trauma?
Yeah, she did. A couple of her exes cheated on her and left her for others. I think that's what started the insecurities.
So, if she had so much, like, trauma and insecurity, what the fuck was she thinking getting married again? Or getting married at all?
Man, I don't know what goes on in her head. We fell in love, she was insecure and possessive, but that kind of stuff just feels like an expression of love, you know? But I mean, a part of me wishes she didn't say yes when I proposed.
Nah, there's a difference between expressing love and being possessive and all this, that, and the third. Like, that sounds like a straight up Jezebel spirit to me.
Now that I'm out of the relationship, I see it too. She was always on my back and wanted to know my every move. She would get mad when I hung out with the guys, especially Zach. She always said that I was hiding stuff from her.
Does she hate Zach?
Pretty much, yeah. In a way, Zach was good for me because he was taking me on investigation trips and that was time away from her. But she was suspicious of Zach for taking me away from her.
So, was she jealous of the amount of attention that you had got from Zach from y'all hanging out?
Yeah, man, she told me a couple times that she thinks Zach is a bad influence on me, and she definitely wasn't happy that Zach gave me the attention she wanted.
Did she ever think that you cheated on her with Zach or some stupid shit like that?
Yeah, man, a couple times.
What the fuck?
She asked me multiple times if I was gay.
What the
Hiding
fuck?
a secret affair or something, and it really confused me because how could she think that I'd ever cheat on her with Zach?
That's crazy. See, it's always like, I think, me personally, if you want to know my honest opinion, I think the reason why females like that are always so possessive and whatnot is because they be the ones that are out there cheating. When they're so insecure like that, they be the ones that are out there cheating and doing all that extra stuff.
Yeah, maybe you're right. She was real possessive. She'd always want to know who I was with if I was out, and she'd constantly be asking where I was and what I was doing. At the time, I just felt bad and felt like it was my fault. She worried so much.
Worried or like panicked out of fear that, you know, you were going to cheat on her even though she was cheating on you.
Yeah, I can understand why she'd panic since a few of her exes were unfaithful. But to try and kill me over it is not the way to cope with it.
Well, you know, see, here's the thing, is that 99% of the time, somebody who sits there and accuses somebody else of doing something like harshly and over again, usually end up doing the very same thing that they're accusing that person of. How often was she accusing you of cheating on her?
Man, it was every time I was out with the guys. I'd have a couple beers and hang out, and I'd get a dozen texts. Where are you? Who's with you? Why aren't you answering?
So that sounds to me like that she's cheated on you once and or maybe more than once, and she does not want it to come back on her. She doesn't know how to deal with it, and so she's just trying to like take it out on you because she fucked up. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, that's probably right. She was always accusing me because she felt guilty for cheating on me herself.
Isn't it goofy how people do that? They do something and then they accuse you of doing that same thing because they feel guilty about doing that.
Yeah, man, it's wild. I always told her she can just be honest with me. She could have just told me if there was another guy.
And what did she say?
She would always say, there's no one else in my life except you, Aaron. I don't need anybody else. But obviously she was straight up lying. She's always always been great at lying to me.
Interesting. What are some of the, like, oblivious lies that she's told you?
She would say, like, I'm fine with you being away. Go hang out with the guys. Then as soon as I am out, she'd be blowing up my phone telling me I was ignoring her. I'd tell her I was out and I was busy, but I'll call her later. And then she'd get madder and say I'm ignoring her.
And you didn't take that as a red flag or anything like that?
No, man, I thought she just needed attention. She's insecure, so I thought that she would be more clingy and wanted to talk text all the time.
That's crazy. So, are y'all divorced already, or are you working on the divorce papers, or what?
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to work anything out. We're getting a divorce. She's facing years in prison, and I'm suing her for everything she's got for trying to kill me.
Hell yeah. So how's the whole Ghost Adventure series going lately? I mean, I haven't kept up with it because I've been like real fucking busy lately. But how's all that been going?
Zach and I have been working as a duo as usual. Me and him did a few investigations, just the two of us, while the rest of the crew were working on a special project. That was when the incident happened in Paris. But Ghost Adventures is still as good as ever, and the show is still doing well.
Hell yeah, man. Is Jay Wasley still on the crew?
Yeah, man, he's still there. Him and Billy are both still on the crew, and Jay helps Zach and I with investigations.
Hell yeah, man. How's everybody else doing lately?
Everyone's good, man. I'm not sure what the others are doing, but we have a new guy, a ghost hunter, doing the lake. Zach has been inviting him on investigations too. He's the son of Jack Lawton, who helped film with us years ago. Dakota is real fun.
Hell yeah, man. Damn, that shit just pissed me off, bro. I got all the way up there just to fall. So, besides that, what's the craziest episode that y'all have filmed recently? Or, I should say, what's the craziest thing that you've experienced on an episode that y'all have recently filmed?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, me, Zach, and Dakota investigated a haunted hotel in Texas. There were a bunch of voices and shadowy figures appearing, but the most extreme was a shadow appearing in the main hall and charging straight at me and pushing me against the wall.
Damn. What did that feel like?
Man, it was like an ice-cold shiver and then a big, heavy mass of force slamming into me. I have it on the show too, and the hotel owner caught it on his CCTV.
Word. Was the hotel owner shook?
Yes, man. But for some reason, nothing was happening to Zach or Dakota. The stuff only seemed to target me, and that's why it's been a common joke for Zach and the others to say I'm haunted.
Now let me ask you this, did that happen before or after your wife tried to kill you?
It was like 2 months after that. Me and Zach were getting back to doing investigations like normal, but the hotel really shook me. I mean, I got used to being attacked back when we investigated Bobby Mackey's nightclub, but this time it felt very personal. Like whatever ghost, it just felt more angry.
So, how often do you get attacked more than the other guys?
A lot, man. Back when we did the investigation of the Conjuring house, I got bit and scratched hard by an entity. There seems to be something that enjoys tormenting me on every investigation.
Do you think, let me ask you this, do you think that the same spirit is haunting you, following you guys to these different locations and fucking with you?
I don't know, man. I feel like with the amount of places we've investigated, there's no way that's true. And there's no reason why one spirit would follow me to every single location. Plus, the activity sometimes happens to the crew, but most of the time I get the worst of it.
You'd be surprised, man, if you piss off a spirit enough, it'll follow you around for a long time.
Well, if if that's the case, I must have really pissed whatever's haunting me law.
So do you think that that same spirit could have possessed your wife to try to kill you? If that's the case?
Well, I mean, if there is some entity fixated on me and trying to attack me at every chance, then I don't see why it couldn't have possessed my wife too, but that's just ridiculous, right?
I don't know, man. Demonic possession is... Fuck me, dude. Demonic possession certainly is real.
I'm aware demonic possession is real, but you really think that's what happened with my wife? Some demon possessing her to murder me?
I mean, how else could you explain it? Sounds like to me like she was already vulnerable to demonic possession in the first place with how mentally unstable she was.
That's true. She had mental issues for sure, and she would go through all kinds of mood swings and emotional roller coasters. I could see her being the perfect victim for a demon.
And not only that, but with the work that you do as far as paranormal investigation, you bring home the residual energy of so many different spirits. Either one of them spirits that you've investigated could have been possessed her.
That's possible. I might have brought home some spirit that attached itself to my wife. I did bring one home after the Conjuring house. One of the spirits in that house seemed to like me a little too much.
Was it the Zozo spirit, or is that a different house?
That was the same house. I got obsessed with demons and the Zozo spirit and started using an Ouija board, and I made contact with 2 demons. The spirit in the Conjuring house that was after me was a female demon.
What the fuck was that? Man. So, I want to ask you, I think it was the episode that you did that you guys did in Romania, whenever you went to, I think, Count Dracula's dungeon or castle or whatever. I think it was that episode. I might be getting it mixed up with another one, but there was at one point where y'all went to this one part, and you said that you literally felt the devil, like, touch you or some shit, right? And you started tripping and freaking out.
Yeah, man, that was Dracula's dungeon. It was an extremely demonic place. We had stuff flying at us, and Zach could sense some really powerful demonic energy. It was an insanely active location.
What was that like? I mean, do you really think that the devil touched you? Or do you think that it was just a very strong demonic presence that touched you?
It was a really intense demonic presence. I think the devil himself wasn't there, but there were lower level demons. That place was the most active location I had even experienced.
Interesting. So, have you ever experienced a location with the same amount of activity after that, or not yet?
No, Romania was the most intense, but the second most intense was the Sally house. I got possessed there, and that was the only time Zach got scared. I was acting like I was speaking in evil tongues language, and my head was jerking around and everything, and Zach is not someone easily scared.
Interesting. So what's one place that you really want to go to investigate?
I've always wanted to investigate the Winchester Mystery House. Everyone says it's extremely haunted. Or the Stanley Hotel. There's one room in the hotel that is haunted by a little girl named Lily, and Zach has heard her giggling during an investigation.
Oh, hell no.
The Winchester House I've always been interested in, but the Stanley Hotel is a place I'm scared to investigate. I've heard too many stories about it.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Winchester House seems really haunted. I've heard there's a little girl that giggles and runs up and down the halls. I heard the woman who built it walks around the house, and even a few of the carpenters who died during the construction walk around. All kinds of spirits there. It's funny, you're supposed to spend the night at a haunted location when you investigate. It's normal, but the times that I have to be in a place overnight, I'm like a child scared of the dark. Most of it's because I I get messed with the worst out of everyone. Zach and the guys have no problem sleeping in the creepy places. I don't know if you've seen how cocky and confident Zach is. He'll spend a weekend in any haunted place, in the most haunted room there is, at night, like it's no big deal. I'm terrified, but he can sleep fine.
Why do you think that you get picked on the most by the spirits? What is it about you do you think that they don't like?
I honestly don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not scared or intimidated by most ghosts. I'm afraid of demons, but I usually show up with a fearless attitude. So I feel like a ghost who wants to be scary and violent isn't going to get my reaction because I've seen stuff like that millions of times. But sometimes ghosts that don't like me because I'm fearless will decide to get violent and do things like possess my girlfriend or knock me out.
Interesting. So, what do you guys believe as far as spirituality goes?
Zach is super Catholic. He's extremely into God and Jesus stuff. He'll always try to cast out a spirit in the name of Jesus. Me and the other crew members are more agnostic. We'll always try to get evidence of a higher spiritual realm through EVPs and SLS devices and everything.
Do you think that that's why Zach doesn't get picked on very much?
Maybe. It definitely works on some of the ghosts. On certain locations, if Zach will start praying and cast out the ghosts in the name of Jesus, the activity dies down. But some locations don't care about Jesus and the spirits will torment us anyway.
Interesting. Do you think that your agnostic beliefs, or Gnostic, I don't remember which one you said you were, but do you think that those beliefs and that you don't have any spiritual covering, so to speak, is a reason why you get picked on the most, because you are vulnerable in the spirit world?
Possibly. The location and the entities in it are important, but I think my own personal spirituality can make it more or less dangerous for me. Like a lot of people say that a demon or other dark entity could influence me to attack someone since I'm spiritually vulnerable. And then there's some people, like those really far gone New Age people, who say I have an attachment because I'm psychic.
Huh? What do you mean by...
People believe that things like chakras exist. Some people say there's a third eye in the human body where they can see the spiritual or whatever. They also say that we have these energy fields that can get damaged. They think that when someone is a victim of a violent attack or when there's a big emotional trauma, there can be a rip or a hole or a tear in their energy field. And they say that an entity can slip through that hole and attach itself on someone. I think it's all hippie spiritual junk.
Fuck me, bro. I'm about to rage off this fucking game, dude. Fuck.
What happened? And
I'm playing this fucking game while we're talking. I'm on live streaming on YouTube right now, and I keep fucking getting knocked off once I get up to the part that I haven't been able to pass yet.
oh man, that's so annoying. What game is it?
It's called Only Climb Chained Together.
Never heard of it. Is it any good?
I mean, it's decent, I guess you could say. It's frustrating because there's no, like, you gotta climb up to the end of the map and there's no checkpoints or nothing. So if you fucking fall, that's it. You gotta start over from the beginning. And if you get real high up there and you fall, that shit really pisses you off.
Bro, sounds infuriating.
Indeed it is, but it makes for good YouTube content, I tell you that.
Yeah, you'll get people watching you struggle and rage at it.
Oh yeah, I see people play a different version. It's called Only Climb Better Together. I see them playing it on TikTok Live, and they be raging and screaming and crashing out on live, and it is hilarious. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna give it a try.
Lol, man, you've got it rough. When I'm rage gaming, I don't have to worry about people watching me. I can smash my controller and scream in agony without being recorded.
Yeah, but I mean, you get monetized for doing it like that, so I mean, there's benefits to it. You just got to build up your channels first.
Lol, true, bro. Getting paid to rage is awesome.
Fuck, bro.
I would do that.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Imagine getting paid to be the new rage quit YouTuber back in the day.
Dude, them rage clips back then, I used to laugh my ass off as a kid watching those videos, dude. Me and my homeboys, we would get on the computer and we would watch gamer rage videos. This one dude, he was playing this maze game, but it's like when you hit the wall, it's a scary pop-up that with the loud ass scream. And this dude got so damn scared that he punched a hole through his computer screen and then proceeded to shit himself while he was doing it, and then started crying afterwards. And dude, I fell on the floor rolling, just laughing when I seen that.
Lol, that's gold. I remember watching the Best of Rage compilations. I'd watch them at school while hiding my phone from my teachers. Good times.
How old are you again?
I'm 30. Why?
You're 30? I thought you was like 40 something years old, I ain't gonna lie.
No, bro, 40 is way too old. It's understandable considering I've been through hell and back. You don't find 29-year-olds who have a divorced, incarcerated wife. They are suing for attempted murder. At 40, I'd expect to be a grandparent.
Interesting. So, I mean, I'm confused. Was YouTube even I don't even think YouTube was a thing when you were in school. What the fuck was that?
30. So yeah, YouTube was up and going at that point. I was in elementary school, I think, when my friends and I used to look up the Rage Quit videos. That was like 2005.
Yeah, but I mean, phones didn't even. I think the iPhone 3 had just came out, and I don't think that maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm tripping. But shit, maybe I am wrong. Who knows?
Nah, bro, iPhone 1 was around by that time. iPhones came out in 2009, so YouTube and iPhones were around when I was in school, and my teachers would hate it because we wanted to watch videos more than pay attention to the lesson.
And well, I understand why the teachers hate it, because that's exactly what's wrong with kids today. Is they would rather get on social media and get on the game than instead of pay attention to what they're supposed to pay attention to and learn. You know, I mean, you see it every day. Parents be giving their kids tablets and phones and video game consoles and whatnot, so that they don't gotta babysit them. They'll be distracted watching social media, playing games, and next thing you know, they get sucked into the matrix and they become a lazy fuck that has no fucking life at all. They're fat as hell, overweight as shit. They can't fucking hold a job to save their life. Wherever they go, they bring their fucking game systems with them, their fucking Nintendo Switches. Bro, I seen this dude the other day at the fucking gym. I seen him like twice already now. This dude went to the gym and brought his Nintendo Switch with him. Like, you can't make it up. You go to the gym to work out, not play video games.
Man, no kidding. I don't have kids yet, but if I did, I don't think I'd give them a phone and a tablet at their age. I know kids today who are 10 years old and addicted to their phones. They'll just be staring at YouTube videos in the lunchroom with no volume and not socializing with other kids. It's really sad. It's really sad. And I've been seeing the same thing on the subway, with grown adults just stuck on their phones, playing games or watching videos.
Oh yeah, it's a shame. They're all addicted. They're sucked into what's called the matrix and they can't get out. They're programmed by social media to be addicted to social media.
Social media
Fuck.
suck you in and keep you hooked. I hate the term doom scrolling, but so many people do it. It causes stress and depression, but people can't pull away. It's like social media is the new drug.
It is the new drug. Social media. Everybody's either addicted to scrolling social media or they're addicted to trying to go viral on social media. Which I think being addicted to trying to go viral on social media is worse than being addicted to scrolling, because that you chasing that viral, chasing the clout like that, you're willing to do pretty much almost anything, which could lead you to some life or death situations, and or could lead you to losing your life. I remember one time there was this trend that came out probably like 7 years ago. It was called planking, where somebody would climb up on a high ass edge and they would hang off with one hand and they would take a selfie with the other hand with their phone in their hand. And you know how many people died doing that shit because they fell like fucking 400-500 feet down and just splattered their skull on the fucking ground because they wanted to go viral, they wanted to be part of the trend, and they wanted to be part of this, that, and the third. It's like, bro.
I remember the planking trend. It's crazy how someone can just start doing something stupid for clout and everyone just wants to follow after them. It's like that stupid new devious licks thing.
Right? It's like, dude, come on now. And then there was another challenge, I think it was called the blackout challenge, where you would hold your breath until you passed out. And this one, I think it was like a 6-year-old girl or fucking 12-year-old girl or some shit did it. She was in the bathroom and she passed out and she hit her head on the bathtub. I think it was either the bathtub or the fuck, bro. It was either the bathtub or the toilet, and she died from the impact on her head.
Oh god, I think I remember when that was popular on TikTok. There's that. There's the milk crate challenge, Tide Pod challenge.
The milk crate challenge was hilarious, bro. I enjoyed watching people bust their ass on the milk crate challenge. The Tide Pod challenge, on the other hand, was just straight up retarded.
Haha, yeah, that was the best part of the milk crate challenge. People didn't get seriously hurt, it was just for laughs. But the Tide Pod challenge, that was like, why the hell did you eat a soap pod? Lol.
Bro, for real. Like, there was actual kids out there chewing on it. Like, what? I remember the only time I ever got soap in my mouth was whenever I said some shit I wasn't supposed to as a kid. My mom would wash my fucking mouth out with soap. Literally wash my mouth out with dish soap, and I hated that shit. I had never been stupid enough to eat a Tide Pod. Never.
Bro, I always tell people the same story. My mom would wash my mouth out with soap too. It was disgusting, lol.
Dude, fuck this game, bro. Nah, for real. But at the end of the day, you know, social media is always gonna be a part of our lives, and you're always gonna have people who are chasing clout and trying to get famous and all this, that, and the third. I mean, just look at your boy, Jack Doherty. What the fuck? This goofball will literally go around with his security and bump into people on the sidewalk, and then whenever they say something to him, he'll start talking shit to him, and then he'll literally run and hide behind his big ass security guard. But I remember one time this one dude caught him at the gas station, and he didn't have no security, and he had like 3 other chicks with him, and he started pressing him, and then Jack Doherty just turned into a straight bitch. And it's like, this is the results of what happens whenever you chase clout, whenever you do whatever it is that you need to do to get famous or retain your clout or whatever the case may be, is going to put you in dumbass situations like that, where now you got to fight somebody and everybody knows that his scrawny ass can't fight. I mean, he can't even whoop the Island Boys. Come on now.
Yeah, that guy is annoying. It's not surprising he's going to lose a fight at some point. Like you said, he's a scrawny kid.
What was that?
He's not going to be able to hide behind his security forever. The Island Boys suck too, lol. I guess all social media influencers are obnoxious.
Oh yeah, and your boy Aiden Ross used to sit there and sniff other dudes' chairs after they stood up. I mean, social media, bro, as far as like clout goes, if you don't like have a content type that you plan on doing, like gaming or reactions or whatever the case may be, and you just do whatever it is you can do to go viral, it's all full of degeneracy, dude. Like, straight up.
Yeah, I remember that video of the wall. I don't understand all these new YouTubers like Kai Cenat and all those guys. Like, they just react to random crap and they get millions of views. It's unbelievable.
Well, see, I rock with like the reaction content. I enjoy watching the reaction content, and I enjoy making reaction content, as well as some like gaming content. I'm not like super big into the gaming, watching the gaming content like I used to, but that stuff, that's cool, because you know, you putting your time and effort into doing something that is going to have a lasting foundation. Whereas whenever you do whatever you can to get clout and you start doing a bunch of degenerate shit, well, later on down the road, you might not want to do that degenerate shit, and guess what? Your fan base is gonna leave you because now you're boring because you're not doing degenerate shit, and now next thing you know, your channel gonna fall off. You ain't gonna be getting monetized no more, and all types of other shit. So it's always better to build the foundation of your channel, whatever platform it's on. Even though it's going to take a few years probably to do so, it's always better to do it like that than to just go out there and do degenerate shit. Because, I mean, look at your boy Neon. He said that he don't want to do degenerate shit no more because he feels like that's not what he meant to do, which is cool, but I guarantee you half of his audience is going to leave him now, because that's what they subscribed to him for, they followed him on Twitch for, whatnot, was his degenerate content. Now that he's not doing that no more, he's probably going to lose like half of his audience.
Yeah, I can see that happening. If you change up the content that got you your fan base, people are going to get pissed. And I do like reaction content. I think it's entertaining to see people react to things, but it needs to be legitimate reactions. It sucks when people clearly fake their reactions to get more views or make their content more entertaining.
Right. Have you ever like watched reaction videos to Ghost Adventures before?
Oh yeah, I have. I love that show, Law.
What the fuck? I'm stuck. There. What was the goofiest reaction that you saw?
There were a lot of over-the-top reactions. Like, I remember some people screaming and freaking out so much. I was surprised they weren't just laughing their butts off. Lol. One guy in particular, I think his name was Aaron, he freaked out a lot.
Interesting. So, well, shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Law, it's all good. How's the game going? Still stuck?
No, I've got unstuck. I'm just trying to get past the damn part where I keep falling at, and it's pissing me off. I gotta climb on top of these fucking, like, this dragon skeleton or some shit, and I almost just fell off again. But no, I gotta climb on top of this dragon skeleton without getting hit, fucking knocked off by these damn spike balls, bro. I'm about to I'm done playing this game, bro.